Well, while we let that one settle, here's Nick Bollinger to investigate a new modern classic.
This is the Wellington-based artist known simply as Vaughan. That's V-O-R-N. He's prolific, 5 albums so far, and his latest one is his best yet. In fact, some of it is astonishing.
Friday unfurls like a fist, letting go of the scruff of your neck, and you run for the door 'cause you know that you only have 55 hours till freedom dissolves and Monday devours. Birds do it, bees do it, suspended in the air, and the solo moms with the benefit, baby, shake it all over town like they just don't care, they don't care.
The album is called Vaughan's Modern Classics, which might be the most hubristic statement you'll find in the whole package. For the most part, it's just the opposite. Vaughan prefers to present the perspective of characters who suffer from what you might call terminal self-doubt.
I'm just so terribly lonely, trapped here inside my skull. Wanna get out and play, want the people to say, hey man, you're okay, we're all lonely as well. I phoned up the radio station, but the DJ cut my call. And I let out a groan as the dial tones drone, told me I'm all alone with nobody at all. If I just disappeared tomorrow, I'd barely leave a trace. My place in the line at the bus stop would fill, and my swipe card from work would be quietly erased. I'm just so terribly lonely, I'm not even sure I'm here. Every place that I've been to, I seem to be see-through. No one's even mean to me, I'm just fit in. When you're lonely like a Wordsworth cloud, you're solo like a lead guitar. Even in the biggest crowd, you are alone.
Vaughan is one of those songwriters who seems to inhabit a world of his own, yet on closer inspection, it turns out to be scarily like the one we all live in. It's a few years now that I first heard him on a self-produced and published CD, recorded according to the cover notes at the suspiciously descriptive Gee What a Small Room studios. And even that early, almost one-man band effort showed that this was a songwriter with a keen eye for detail, a killer wit, and a musical vocabulary to match his lyrical one. Since then, he's stepped up his production values, and this latest album features something akin to a full band, backing vocals, lead breaks even, while his depictions of ordinary people and their unglamorous suburban lives have been filed to a sharp point.
The world is stuffed with little people, stuck with little minds, but they seem to see right through you. They will never look inside. They will say these little things just guaranteed to drive you wild, but they don't know you. They don't know you like I know you.
A lot of people spend the greater part of their waking hours in the workplace, so how come it's so seldom the setting for the songs we hear? Vaughan might have wondered that too, and he's clearly doing his bit to correct the balance, which he does with a delicate mix of black humour, poignancy and seething anger.
Let's sit down and have a chat.
You've been one of our most productive units. It would surely be a shame to let you go. But you say things to people other people don't say to people. You say things they only think when they are in the dark alone. We understand that everybody's different, that it takes all sorts to make a world. But based on what I'm hearing from your peers, I'd have to say that it's becoming clear you're in a world of your own. photograph.
But it's not just a case of name-checking Courtney Place and Upper Hutt or sketching characters that might seem familiar from your local pub or bus stop that gives Vaughan's music its peculiar New Zealandness. Musically too, a lot of Vaughan's references seem to be local ones.
She asked me to help, so I tried to help her. 'Cause that's what I'm here for. That's what they pay me to do. An act of good faith, although I'm only little. I want to be seen as a man who does what he says he will do. So I asked her to hold, and I played her some music. Pushed the right buttons, set the right wheels in motion. 'Cause if it's gotta be done, you might as well do it properly. There are forms to observe, there are processes due. I did what I could in the way that I should have. But it sometimes happens in cases like this that my hands are tied. So I took her off hold and I told her I'm sorry. It's a matter of policy, something that I couldn't change if I tried. She said something.
The precision of the writing in a song like this one makes me think of Don McGlashan and Harry Sinclair's pioneering Front Lawn songs. The way the narrator uses the everyday cliches of the corporate drone. Processes due, a matter of policy. My hands are tied. But there's also musical stuff going on there that you might call McGlashan-esque. But in the final verse of the song, you forget all about the front lawn, and Vaughan makes the whole thing very much his own.
She said, if you won't help me, at least put me through to somebody who can. I said, look, there's no chance you'll just get the same answer. You don't understand. This is out of my hands.
And still to come is the musical, emotional and philosophical payoff of a song that's at once desperate and bitterly funny, which a lot of Vaughan songs are. That's a hard thing to carry off. Perhaps hardest of all when the subject is as tragic as that of the song Upper Hutt Symphony. And yet, even here, he manages to strike a balance between mordant humour and the deepest empathy.
They did not want your courage, they did not want your despair. They just wanted you scraped up so that the main trunk would be clear. And I suppose that someone loved you, though not quite enough to save you. But you will always be remembered. You will always be remembered as a hold-up on the Valley Line at rush hour on a Friday afternoon.
The title Vaughan's Modern Classics has all of the self-deprecating irony that you'll find in this record, and yet, like his songs, there's a lot of truth in it too. By my reckoning, Vaughan has made a modern New Zealand classic, whether he meant to or not.
Hear more from Nick Bollinger and The Sampler on Tuesday evening from 7:30 here on Radio New Zealand National. This week, Nick checks out more from these fair shores with Tono and the Finance Company and the Pickups, plus